Welcome back everyone to the Complete Pineleaf. Today I've returned to the Nardal Quarry, which is still infested with a few of these nameless creatures. And here I need to gather some rocks from the quarry for Khanvari Khan. And on top of that, I also need to clear out the path with Rohirrim, though of course this is technically part of that quest, but I could think of it as part of it since I've certainly have been waiting my time before doing that particular quest. Now, where are these rocks supposed to be? That's a good question. I see plenty of these nameless creatures around, but I haven't seen any rocks here. I know. You said, what do you haven't seen rocks? This entire thing is made of rocks. This is a one big piece of rock with these big, huge stones all over the place. But I mean, of course, mean that the glowy rock. Ah, there's one right over there that are intended for this quest. And even those don't exactly look like tiny little pebbles either. Though I believe we found in an earlier episode that this game's definition of a pebble is rather small. Alright, well, let's gather something from here and from here. And I'm sure I'm going to find plenty of stone all throughout the quarry because that's what quarries are made out of, right? A great deal of stone all over the place. Now, of course, much of the stone that was originally here was likely used in helping to build the city of Minas Tirith or some of the other cities in Gondor, because the Wozes seem to refer to the people of Gondor as the Stone Dwellers, I believe is what they call them, because they built all these stone cities and dwelt there. Now, of course, the Wozes don't live in stone or anything like that. Instead, they live in the wood and keep a track on where their enemies are, and if they're compromised, then they find a new home. All right, we got everything around here. Well, I need to find more stone. I think this should be enough. After all, it's already 10 times more than any reasonable person will think a hobbit could carry. So let's get back to the Wozes. I've brought back the stone. Good, good. First step you've done. Now you have the permission of Durden to rebuild Curio, that I tell you where it is in forest. Go rebuild Curio. It will then look over you. Alright, so I am to repair the statue. Alright, but if it comes out looking like a hobbit, don't say I didn't warn you. I suppose that enough of it already exists that turning it into a Puku hobbit will be a non-trivial task. There we are. Much better. You look at the Pukulmen statue and realize that it is a sign of true friendship between you and the Druiden. As you look away from the statue, you thought you saw a Pukulmen statue move slightly. Again, you look back, but it remains motionless. Perhaps you just need some rest after this long adventure. Well, that's always a possibility, because I certainly have been quite busy, and that completes Mender of the Grey Wood. Completed Quests of Tower Druadan. Quests for Farinorian is the new deed. What is this? Quest for Farinorian, so you need complete quests for the Beacon Hills, and also for Far Honorian roaming enemies. Oh, well, I'll never get that one done. No. Well, I won't get that one done, but I will, of course, have to do the Beacon Hills. But I guess that means that with that, I need to head back and work with the Rohirrim. Sorry, it's been a while since I've reported. I managed to take care of those orcs for you.
I need your help.
Your assistance is appreciated, as always. Hopefully, you have given us extra time that we need before we mobilize. Yes.
There is much to be done.
It's possible that the enemy is trying to find us from all sides. We must be ready. I have been asked to patrol around the encampment. Do you recall me saying when last we met that I would have you fight by my side on the day? These words still hold true, my friend. Come, let's patrol the surrounding hills together. If we encounter the enemy, let us take arms against them. Alright, I suppose we can do that. I've decided to start out with Eilenach, with both the area surrounding it plus the beacon itself. Let's see what we could find here other than a protective Pukelman up there. Not the one I just repaired, because that one is way up to the north. But I would expect to either find... What would I find here? Was I killing orcs here earlier, or was that... Boy, it's hard to keep up with some of these quests at times. Up, and away. Oh, that's right, because I had to kill enemies near this beacon. So I'm sure I'll find a few things, but let's patrol and see if there's anything else unusual. Let's see how my friend keeps up. Alright, good. Hey, these things are a long climb up. I think I mentioned that last time I came up here, or the other beacon, is that the Gondorians really love to put things in high places. I know, that's what beacons are all about. The orcs on Eilenach seem to be concerned with something in the forest. Would it be the Wozes, or would it be something else? Well, we have to... I mean, if it has them concerned, and it's not the Wozes may have them concerned. If there are any Ents here, which I think is highly unlikely, I think that would have them concerned. Now, if it's some sort of ancient evil that they're concerned with, and they're worried about it, then I don't know what to think about it from my point of view. All right, let's see what we could find up on the top itself. Oh, hello. Actually, what I find concerning is that there are orcs here in the first place. Hi there. By there. All right. Up. Ah, yes. A beacon so hard to get to that they needed to put in facilities for the people who are staying here. Oh, yes. I'm just trying to get to the top. I want to see what's up there. You seem to be wanting that vantage point. Why can't we have that advantage also? I mean, I think it's fair enough, right? Now, up to the top. All is quiet atop Eilenach. That's because we killed everything that was on its way. Alright, let's go to Nardal's lookout then. The road to the south here leads to the quarry. To the north, though, should lead to the third of the beacons. Now, we're only being asked to check two of the beacons because we know that one of the beacons is held by the orcs, and I was there earlier. Discovered Nardal. All seems quiet in Nardal. So now I need to go to... Actually... Let's go to the top here to have a nice lookout. Probably from the beacon itself. Some spying orcs hide out at Nardol's Point. Ooh, so there are enemies here. They were just keeping a low profile. Just in case hobbits were getting ready to sneak by them. Let's take care of the other spy also, because we certainly don't want to have to deal with one of them still being around. All right, good. We dealt with the spies. Now they can't report. Now I guess we just have the river crossing. Actually, while I'm here...
We travel swiftly, but we will aid you as best we may.
You travel swiftly. I was wondering if you had any travel skills. Travel skills. Friend level. Not quite a friend yet. In any case, I'll need polished marble trinkets. I'll need to collect 3 of those. Okay. But I also need to get the friend status. Oh well. Not quite the friend status, I guess. Where am I at on my rep? Reputation is Riders of Rohan. 18,900. Well, I am getting pretty close. Here is the bridge into the Beacon Hills. This is where the Rohirrim were coming from. So if this is held by the enemies, it could be held by, well, I don't see anyone there, but it could have been found by the orcs that were behind them. All seems quiet in the west. All right. Because at one point in Trim Ridbeard's story, he said that the orcs didn't pursue him too hard because they knew what was up ahead. Now, let us... You could either talk to Hairfire to dismiss him or use a whistle to summon him. I gotta call him to dismiss him? Oh, that's funny.
I need your help.
I thank you for aiding me on my patrol. Still, there's much to do. I will meet you back at the Rohirrim encampment. Okay, fine. That gave us something to do while we were waiting for the plans to be finished.
There is much to be done.
You have my thanks, Pineleaf. You continue to help keep our encampment a secret from the enemy. Now it's time to help with more pressing matters. Ooh, and what's more pressing than that? Getting the Rohirrim moving?
I need your help.
Have you seen the Viregs? Those brutish, mask-wearing men from the east seem to have their own code of laws. How do they manage to be both more barbaric and more civilized than the Easterlings is beyond me. I hope to stand against them, but I feel a distraction may be in order. The Viregs have just set up a blockade on the road, just to the east of this encampment. I suspect that if we were to mobilize now, the Viregs would be alerted of our presence. I'm hoping that you're up to the challenge of creating a diversion. Alright, find a suitable diversion at the blockade. I guess I can do that. Here we are at the Variag blockade. Now we have to deal with the Variag variable. And what do we need to do? We need to find a suitable place in the blockade in which to create a distraction. Well, what can we do there? The Viregs look over at you angrily, but do not attack. This is a good place to distract them. Dance in front of or mock to distract a large group of Variags. You have got to be kidding me. I'm supposed to dance? You do your best to dance, but the Variags seem dazed with confusion. Alright, how about challenge? You challenge the fire axe, and they start to draw their swords. Okay. There you go. Next. Well, apparently they've decided that it's going to be a one-on-one type of challenge. I have challenged you to single combat, so let's see who wins on this. Alright, who's next? No one? Well. Oh, I guess if you toss something at them, they come at you two at a time instead. There you go. I have successfully distracted them, and even killed a few. I think that should give them a little bit of distraction.
There is much to be done.
Ah, you've returned! It was a courteous thing to do. With their blockade and chaos, I doubt they will ever hear us depart. Well, we can hope that they stay in chaos for a while. Oh, yes, that gives me friend status. Oh, that's good. That means that, well, when I get the right items, I'll be able to get that warden port, but I suspect that it's going to be a while because I wasn't really expecting that the barter item be something like that. So I've been clicking them in order to get the rep, but of course if I didn't click them to get the rep, I wouldn't be all ready to need the items. With that little distraction complete, all of my remaining quests now relate to the Beacon Hills, the direction from which the Rohirrim came, rather than the one where they are going. Now you would think that I should go around trying to push forward what's ahead of them, but it looks like my path lays in the actual direction here in the Beacon Hills, where I expect that I will find, yep, as we can see up there, more beacons, where we'll be going in the next episode of Complete Pineleaf.